Two things I got on me every Wednesday: a big hat and a big stack. Howdy, howdy, I'm American Texan, and I love comic books, specifically reading the comic books and enjoying the stories and the art within. Other channels will deal with the drama and the stupid things that creators say. We're here to enjoy the medium that is comic books. And you saw this fat stack. I'm going to share what I'm reading or planning to read this week / maybe eventually in my lifetime as I continue to collect what I like to call the Apocalypse Library. But a good chunk of this are books that I plan to read this week. I do a lot of reading, y'all. We've got books from DC, one from Marvel and DC, quite a bit of indies, not all number ones, but a lot of new number ones, as well as some cool comics I got off of Whatnot, and some crowdfunded, what I call true indie comics that I'm going to go through. This is the new comic book day review, where I go over everything that I pulled off the shelf at my local LCS. If you're a Wednesday warrior, let me know down below by hitting the like button, and comment down below if you're reading any of the books that I'm going to go through. We like to start with Marvel that I got on my pull list, as well as the books that I got off my shelf. There you go. No Marvel books for me this week, but we do have quite a few DC books, including a couple of facsimiles we'll get to and the new Vertigo book. But starting with what I'm reading, Absolute Wonder Woman number 23. I did not care too much for the last arc. Looks like we've got the creative team back on this. I'm really enjoying Hayden Sherman's art. I think it's fantastic. And this Absolute Wonder Woman, I'm really enjoying. Got a new number one here. Well, actually, it's the only one. Next Level one shot. I think this is going to bring all the storylines of Next Level together, as well as set up some stuff for the future. But we'll see where we're going. Then we also got Justice League Unlimited 22. I know a lot of people are sleeping on this and getting a little overwhelmed because there's so many characters, but I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. And look at that. Dan Mora, Wonder Woman, on the cover. He draws the best Wonder Woman, and we got the full team there. Excited to read that one. And then we also got Flash number 36. I am super enjoying Ryan North's Flash. I think he's got a great voice for the character. I'm not a huge Wally West buff, but from what I'm reading, I'm really enjoying. So Flash, we just kind of finished one arc, and I think we're going into another one. Sounds like we've got an overarching villain that's going to take over multiple arcs. I'm a huge fan of that style of storytelling, so I can't wait to check that out. Then we also got Green Lantern, going a little bit more into the Hollywood angle, / maybe don't take us too seriously angle. Jeremy Adams writing this one, and he's going to go up against the Condiment King, one of the one of the jokes of villains, kind of like Kite Man. But if anyone can make it good and anyone can make it entertaining, it's Adams. I believe in him. And then we also got Superman number 41, and this is a tie-in to the Kingdom of Zod. One of those events that I just don't care for. Every writer writes it differently. It doesn't seem like a lot is connecting. We've got here Clark Kent holding Superman, so maybe Superman goes back in time. I don't know. The first couple issues, I didn't read number 1 because it was Supergirl, and I don't pull Supergirl. But I read number 2 and 3, and it was okay. But this one, I don't know. Maybe we'll pick it up. Maybe Williamson can do something with it. But then again, these multi-issue, run crossover events they just don't land for me. And then I got a couple of facsimiles here. I got Action Comics number 1 facsimile. This one is actually a wider size, a magazine format. I like to collect the facsimiles and read the books kind of how they were meant to be read, which is how they were published. So excited to have that. And I also love reading the ads on the back. And then I also got Avengers JLA number 4. This closes the run. Marvel's published 2, DC's published 2. I never got to read them. I didn't get Omnibus that came out. I think I got the Versus Omnibus. I did not get the Amalgam Omnibus. Maybe I need to try to get that. But this is Avengers JLA, another crossover thing here. And I heard it's really good, so I'm going to check it out. Now that I have all 4, I have them in the original order that they were presented in the facsimile version. I'm excited to check that out. And then lastly for DC, we've got the new Vertigo title Black Tower. I think this is Ram V. Yep, Ram V. And illustrated by Mike Perkins, which I really enjoy too. So I don't know anything about what this is going to be or what to expect, but I'm going to check it out because it's a writer that I usually like and an artist I usually like as well. Moving on to the indies, I told y'all this was like a fat stack of indies. Look at that. I love the indie stuff. Sometimes I worry I'm going to be like the hipster. I should trade in my cowboy hat for a bandana. But I just like the indies. I mean, everyone's reading the DC stuff, and DC stuff's been around for a long time, and they can write some good stories. Marvel too. But I like the unique stuff that indies are doing, the risks that they take, the characters that they make. And again, no hate to Marvel and DC because I enjoy those stories too. But indies they just create a little bit more substance for me. So I've got quite a big stack of number ones I'm going to check out, including Mask Origins. This one totally missed my pull list. I got it off the shelf, but we'll see. I guess it's almost like an issue 0 of the new Mask stuff, which is kind of polarizing people. Let me know down below. Are you liking the Mask stuff? Or are you not liking it? Then we also got Street Fighter Masters number 1. This might be the only one. I get this because Aaron Sparrow writes it or edits it, and everything he touches is absolute gold. So check that out, even though it's not normally my reading. And then I also got ROM number 1. I didn't realize this was going to be part of the Energon universe. I knew it was coming out. I see the omnibuses all the time. People are really talking about them, but I never really got into the character. Now that he's coming into the ROM world, now that he's coming into the Energon world, I guess I better start paying attention. So I got that to check out. And then I also got the new Remender book, Hammer Fist, number 1. This is the A cover. They had a whole bunch of different covers at my store. I guess it's going to be super popular because it's Rick Remender. I have no idea what it's going to be about. But again, actually, you know what? This is cover C. I didn't even realize. This is Nick Klein. So that's cool. I had meant to grab cover A. But anyways, I have no idea what it's going to be about. But it's a new number 1. It's by Remender, who I know can write a good book. So I'm going to check it out. It kind of seems up my alley. Same thing with Denver. Denver is by a writer that I trust. This is by Jimmy Palmiotti and illustrated by Gray. And this is another mature one. And I like the cover here is done by Amanda. I don't remember too much about what this is about. I can't remember if it's post-apocalyptic or some kind of viral thing. But again, Palmiotti, auto pull for me. And then we've got issue 2 of Starcrossed. I'm still catching up on the originals, the original trades that I have. So I haven't started Starcrossed, but it's Mark Miller. Again, Mark Miller never misses. And I also got Super Mondo Mega Pups, but I got number 2. I missed number 1, so I need to try to get that either from Lone Star Comics Online or maybe my old comic book shop might still have one. Terminal, I did not read number 1, but again, this is another one of those writers that usually nails it. So going to check that out and went ahead and got number 2 to read right after number 1. And I will read both of those this weekend, make a video talking about the indies that I read this week, as well as the big 2, or in this case, the big 1, in the DC, and then talk about that. So if you want more comic book talk in your YouTube channel feed without going over all the drama and just repeating what everyone else is saying, by all means, let's hang out and chat in the YouTube comments. Then I got Solomon Kane number 2. We're moving, as you can tell, we're moving studios and boxing everything up. I just found number 1, so I can catch up on that. And I think it actually came out last week, but my LCS didn't have it. Another one that I'm hearing good things about, but I haven't read the number 1, even though I have it, is Bad Thoughts by Ignition Press. And Ignition Press, most of what I check out is pretty good. Only a couple things was like, what were y'all thinking with this? But this one I've heard good things about, so I went ahead and got issues 2 and 3 that came out this week, so I can check that out and finally make a determination. Is Ignition Press more hit, or it's still kind of half and half with me? I'm going to cover up this cover because you know what it is. It's Gun Honey. Whoops, there we go. Gun Honey continues to be a fantastic noir piece. Yes, it is very advantageous in the way that it uses the female design. Take all that away, y'all, it's some of the best noir storytelling. It's that good that I will overlook that. And I don't do that with a lot of books, or I don't even think any other books. Then we also got Corpse Night, going back to some good old dad stuff here. Just really good story about family and caring, and nothing can keep you apart from those you love. And then we got Final Boss number 9. This one is so good. This is like reading a video game, but in the best ways. The art is fantastic. The fights are amazing. I just cannot get enough of that. And then we got American Caper. This is number 10. I'm a couple of issues behind. This came out last week, but it got missed. So I finally got that in my pull box. This will probably be the make or break for me, is if I like issues 9 and 10 that I'm behind on, because it's kind of dwindled off. Something that's still, like, I expected to dwindle off, but it hasn't. We've got Capes number 11. Still really good, fun action, even though there's a lot of heroes and sometimes I don't remember who everyone is. It's still very enjoyable, and I really like it. Another one that I hope is going to continue to get better, and I probably should have stopped pulling it a while ago to stop encouraging this, but we got Supernatural number 10. I haven't read the one-shot that came out, Castiel Day or something, but I like the show, so I want to like the book. Is it wrong of me to try to keep pulling and keep hoping? It's kind of like rooting for your favorite team, even though they're like logistically out of the playoffs. Like, that's, you still root for him, right? Anyways, Ghost Pepper number 14, still one of the best indies. This one really, it was a slow train, but man, I got on board, and now I'm like choo-choo along with them. Been hanging around the kids too much, y'all. And then finally, last indie I have, Conan the Barbarian number 34. I am so far behind on this, but y'all, I know it's going to be good. Hopefully I'll catch up this weekend. A couple of trades here. I got 2 trades here. I got Battle Pug Cosmic Doggery. When I saw this, I was like, holy cow, how have I never heard of this book? Because this is volume 2. Now, my old LCS is holding volume 1 for me. The art, it's a little webtoony, but it looks cute, looks adorable. I think it looks a lot of fun. Ooh, there's a little bit of violence in there too, but it looks pretty good. So y'all, what is this? I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say pug on a dinosaur. So this looks really cool. I can't wait to get the first trade as well. I think my wife's going to like that. She likes pugs as well. And then I got this one. This was another one that wasn't ordered last week, came in this week. DC Finest Events Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. So getting all the Crisis in DC Finest format. Great value, $40. You're basically getting almost a whole omnibus. So I'm enjoying it. And that is everything that I got at my LCS. I go every Wednesday during my lunch break, and I love getting all these comics. I can't wait to get home and read them and talk about them with others. I do reviews on League on Comic Geeks. I put reviews up on my Twitter or X account, and of course I share what I like to talk about here. Next, I'm going to go into some of the stuff that came in the mail, starting with some stuff that I ordered on Whatnot, starting with the Art Germ collectible store. Again, they've had a couple of unique products that have come in that I don't have, didn't even know they had, and so I wanted to get them. One of them was a print, and I usually don't get prints, but for Art Germ, when there's a print that he has that is not a comic book cover, then I will get it as a print. And what I didn't realize, as I shared last week, these things are huge. So look at this guy. I got the Black Widow Art Germ. This is pretty cool because I think I only have one other Black Widow Art Germ. I might be thinking of someone else, but I've never seen this before. So when they had it in the shop as a print, I was like, heck yeah. And it's signed, and it comes with the Koa as well. So excited to have that one. And I'm going to put that with my Elektra print that I got last week or 2 weeks ago. I just got to figure out where. And then I went ahead and got it. I think this was on a scratch and ding sale, but you can't even really tell. I got Heat Seeker. This is the sketch variant, and it's got Art Germ signature on silver. Again, comes with the Koa. Usually I don't chase these. I got the basic Art Germ cover for this #1, but the sketch cover they had, again, it was on sale because I think there's some spine ticks or something, maybe some kind of scratch on it. I don't remember, but it was a good deal, so I got it. And then also from Whatnot, I got from Andrew Gray's auction is a couple of books here on Wednesdays. They do Wild Card Wednesdays where they do a lot of indies. And so I'm slowly building up my 6th gun Shadow Roads. This is volume 6, I think, and slowly building up my library here. It is MSRP for $30. I got it for $5. So y'all check out Andrew Gray Auctions. And then this one, why spend $40 on this at retail if you know you'll like it. But if you don't know you'll like it, like me, I read the solicit and I was like, yeah, I'll try it out. I think I got it for $8. It's a hardcover. It's hard, y'all. It's the full story. This is Backtrack Deluxe Edition. I don't know who the writer is, but check this out. Fast and the Furious meets Back to the Future in this high-stakes car race through history. To me, that just sounds awesome. I love time travel. I've really been getting into racing comics like Speed Racer, and this sounded really good. And again, for like $8, heck yeah, I'm going to try it. And then last, I want to share with you some things I got in the mail. I do back a lot of crowdfunds, and I got this coming in. There was a little bit of a mix-up, but Worthy Chaos, y'all, Carissa Grant, go check her out. Go read her books. They're fantastic books. They come out like clockwork. They're beautifully written. They're beautifully drawn. They're beautifully covered. They always come out. The Kickstarters are consistent. She knows what she's doing. She is a professional creator to a T, and I absolutely love everything that they're putting out. I finally got the box here that has all of the ingredients for the potions that she's collecting. I've got the journal page, and there was a couple of cards missing from my last order that were delayed, and she actually sent them in a separate order. I said she could wait, but check this out, y'all. So I got these metal trading cards. They were missing from my last shipment or arrived late, and it was probably my fault because there was an email that was sitting there for like 4 weeks while I was dealing with family stuff, and she was very understanding, wasn't pushing or anything. So I got these in the mail. These are some Art Germ Studio. I believe one of them is Ivan Tao. I think this one is Chu, and I think this one is Tao. I could be wrong. And then a couple other metal cards here. So very excited to have these. Love having a binder full of comic book trading cards, and to have these that are metal from an indie that I enjoy so much is just so cool. So from Marcus Walker, I got the Kingslayer Protocol. All I have to tell you is the Kickstarter had really cool art, and it's kaijus versus mechs. Come on, that's an automatic back. So I can't wait to check that out. Then we got from Bent Box Comics, who is a pretty good publisher. They also included a sticker for me, Get Bent. But this is Monstrel. This one sounds awesome. It's basically it's a fantasy. I think I don't know if it's high fantasy or not, but it's fantasy, and it's what if an orc wants to become a bard. I think we've all played D&D games where we tried to make a orcish bard work. Well, this comic is that story. It looks really good. I'm excited to check it out. And again, Bent Box Comics, I've enjoyed everything else they've published. And then we also got Kate Carter Adventures number 8. Just kind of like I don't mean this to sound derogatory like everyone thinks it is, or people are going to take offense to it. But look, it's a cool story. It's like she's basically a female Indiana Jones, and it's pretty cool. She goes on slightly supernatural adventures, but also there's a little bit of history in there. I think she's a great role model. So hopefully I'm going to get my daughter into these, but they're really fun reads. And again, they come out like clockwork, 1 or 2 a year. So I'm going to back it because they're enjoyable little reads. And then I got a few trades here. Actually, there's one more here. We've got Phenomenova number 4 that just came in. I also ordered the Rippaverse crossover print here. Just a print, not a story. But this is Phenomenova number 4. One of the best indie Kickstarter books on the market. Definitely am excited to read that one. And now I've got some trades here, starting with Panopticon. I learned about this one from the Macroverse. This one's written by Matt Stevens, and this is pretty cool. It's basically a sci-fi jailbreak story, but everyone in here, I think all the side characters and everything, I think they were like community created, which sounds pretty cool. And I know I created a character. I don't know if it's in here, if I got in on time, or if maybe, I don't know, or maybe it's just online, but I wanted to back that because I think the project has good people, and if they recommend it, I'm going to check it out. And I also have Nothing is Stranger Than Fiction. This is an anthology book about, basically, I think it's about writers or reading or something. It's a story about, it's kind of like a story about stories, but it's about people that like to write or read stories. And it's an anthology by a bunch of different writers: Charles Brubaker, Colin Gardape, Finn Hamilton, Rob Jones, Josh Nickerson, Nancy Olivo, Rachel Ordway, Jorge Santiago Jr., Sarah Sheely, and more. This is one of those where I listened to the person who was putting it together. I listened to a podcast and I was like, I like the cut of your jib. I'm really easy to please. If I think you're a cool person and I like your idea, I'm going to get your book. Okay. I may not read it right away, but I'm going to get it. And for my signature wall here, we got a thank you from Miss Rachel, I guess, who I listened to the interview on. She actually signed the thank you card. That means a lot to me. Like, it's one thing to like take the time and make the card and everything, but then to actually sign it, I think that's pretty cool. Last thing here from the Rippaverse, we've got Smuggler's Stitch, the story of the man who makes the superhero costumes in the universe. Comes with a special collector card. These are different from the Dokumon cards, so I'm always excited to back early and back first to get these cards and start my collection. So I'm excited to check that out. Another delivery, an arrival, and probably another good book by Rippaverse. So there you have it. I got quite a bit of reading for me this week. I'll be working on the office and the studio. We're going to be building a lot of stuff on Friday and over the weekend. So bear with me as my backdrops continue to just look like a mess. But I appreciate your time and attention and for sticking around. Let me know if you're reading any of these books. If there's any books that came out, maybe I missed something from Marvel that's worth checking out or that you think is worth checking out. By all means, let me know in the comments below. Your time and attention mean the world to me. Thank you so much for that. And go read some good comic books. Have fun. Enjoy the medium. And let's nerd out together in the comments. Adios.